Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I want to do something else today. Namely, I wanted to talk about Dungeons & Dragons. I said I'd make a video about it, but last Wednesday it didn't go through, even though I was planning to record it. The Wednesday before that, we decided not to do it because it would be good for everyone. A little bit smoother on the tongue. Also, I got a coffee from someone. I'm just charmed. Charmed to have someone do that for me. Let's crack it up. I'll be turning it down a bit so that we just have some background ambience to guide us through the scenes, as they call it. I'll be making a Pathfinder character. I would prefer if you were stayed on top, Mr. Sir. I don't know what the setting for that is. No! There we go. There's a little checkbox. I found it. Anyway, what I wanted to do today is... let me just get this one open. I wanted to make a Dungeons & Dragons character and show you what my thought processes are when... Wow, this song is, I wonder what the song used to be. I'm not familiar with this part at all, because I think it usually ends way before this. But the point is, we're gonna make one. A quick tips and tricks. All you kids and cadets out there, always check with your DM. Is an important tip that everyone tends to forget. Is you always want to check your shit with DM. But let's just say that I'm getting the pass through with this. The first thing I decide to do when I make a new character is I either have one of two things. I have an idea of what I want my character to be. Why is the background on this black? Either I already have an idea what I want my character to be, so I have a mechanical idea. No, we're not. We're not doing repeats. Either I have a character idea already in mind, and I follow that, which is usually mechanical. It's like, oh, I want to make an alchemist with this race. But sometimes I just have like this idea of like, oh, this kind of character would be neat. I think last time I made one where the idea was it was a tactician who didn't succeed at tactician school, who's kind of a brute, who's kind of letting everyone else do the smart stuff while he does his own little thing, because that's all he knows. It's kind of fun. So, how about we do that here? Follow the trend. Let's. You might say, you're meandering. Well, congratulations! Welcome to my channel. There's smoother channels out there. Go find them, and don't leave a complaint in the comment, because I just told you not to stay. I could probably make a more streamlined one if I actually care to edit this stuff. But let's get down to it. I really like how to be a great game master who said, you know, you don't have to worry about the statistics, don't worry about that. Instead, focus on the world. So we're going to say we're in a world where there's mostly water. There's lots of swamplands, there's a lot of rivers, a lot of ocean, a lot of lakes. Like, the land is not frequent, and the land that is there is usually encircling large craters. So, a lot of water concerns. So what kind of person would live in a watery area is a question I ask myself immediately is, what kind of person would you find here? Because I'm going to start as level 6 so we can get some nice, more advanced parts going. So you might wonder to yourself, what kind of person would live? My throat's being weird today, sorry. So you could have fishermen, but that's the obvious decision. You could also think someone who just swims underwater and salvages ships that have crashed upon the rocks. You can get those kind of people. You could have someone who's just a sailor who was taken into sailorhood by force as a child slave, because you can always have that one. Be sure to check that particular topic with your GM, though, most they might have objections. But there's some ideas in mind. Now, another one I really like, and I really like to use this to help me shape my ideas as I slowly bubble them up, is to use the Lifespan variant rule found on the D&D wiki. Because the fun thing about this one is it really gives you ideas. Now, don't forget one important rule. This is an important rule, unless it's mechanical and your GM says no. The dice should always be a guide as to what happens. I mean, that might be my perception as a GM who fiats a lot of things. But I like to see the dice as a suggestion. Like, if it's better to do it otherwise, you do it otherwise. The dice are not law. You can ignore them if you want to. If you're rolling crap and your enemies are just not effective, you can say, okay, they're not effective. You get to win. Or you can say, you know what, they still hit. Because fuck it. If the dice are not going to give me something worthwhile, then clearly the dice are being objectionable today. So let's give our first go a roll. Where did our character grow up? And let's see how much I agree with this. A caravan or other mobile. Now that makes sense. In a very watery world, it's natural for there to be merchant ships or like submarines who go from aquatic cities. Because if the world's mostly covered in water, there's probably going to be a lot of aquatic races or ruins that are worth exploring. So underwater vessels probably exist. There's enough planes of air to get your oxygen from. So I imagine that would be an interesting way to handle this. Is we're dealing with someone who traveled the 7 seas, knows much of the waters. I recommend one more thing. If you've got a GM who's like, hey, go nuts. consider getting bonuses for your character background, as much as you can, because it helps shape your character. Always be sure to get some negatives for it, like, in this case, maybe they just don't handle land very well. Maybe they don't handle, like, rock. Maybe they don't like rocks. They don't like metalwork, or they're used to metalwork. Like, they find rocks uncomfortable, but they're very fine in like, confined metal spaces. Or maybe they just don't like the sun. What song is this? Oh, it's the intro. So we're a traveler. We're familiar with traveling. Now, you could say that could be survival. You could say, well, you get something for survival. But you could also say, it could be profession sailor. Like you just know the 7 seas. Or appraisal, because maybe you're a merchant. How about we settle with, I don't know, a nice nomadic place. That's where you were born. But that's the place you were born. Like, it could just be that your the parents were noblemen traveling the seas, aboard that ship trying to find legendary artifact. And your mother was like, whoops, here's a baby! And they had to take care of baby. Always take things as unliteral as you can, because now you got something interesting going. Because now their GM could be like, what if they grew up on the floating city, which was on the way to somewhere? I don't know. Got a lot of stuff going there. So we got that. I should make a note sheet for this so that I can write things down. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. I like to make note sheets for characters sometimes. It's a nice way to get things going. Someone just said something. I don't know who that is. I don't give a shit about him. If he doesn't pay me coffee money. We'll see what will work out from here. There we go. Oh, man, the song. Ugh. Let's roll the next one. Let's see what the dice have to say about this one. They say 1, which is no adult supervision. That makes sense. If you're on some sort of floating caravan or whatever, the odds are that you're probably going to be in a position where there's not many adults who care about you, like you're expected to fend for yourself. That's a nice way to put it. So let's just make this, a floating trade fleet. Well, actually, trade fleet would just make sense. Nothing else to add there. We'll just take it at face value. Caretaker's origins. Let's see. Do I get to keep my parents? It landed on a side, so that doesn't count. 6. It's close family. So my parents were not there. Makes sense. If you're trading abroad, the fleet might have split up. Like, maybe the fleet split up, maybe they got hurt somewhere, maybe they were land-bound after an injury and just can't walk the ship no more. That's a nice way to put it. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Caretaker status. Oh, that's awesome. Get your roll for that, too. Let's see, what would our character be? So our character it grew up as a merchant. Grew up with a mercantile background. So, not adult supervision, so they know how to handle themselves. They're very, very self-oriented. But then who the hell is taking care of them? Is the question. Does it not have, like, an exemption here? Nope. That's awesome. This is also a weird way to phrase it. So we'll just say that they were raised by an aunt. After their parents got dunked by injuries. Parents are living abroad. There we go. Nice little flavor. Now, once you're done with this, it might be useful to process it a bit, run it by your GM another time. I personally think the best thing you can do is just kind of let it sit there and think about it a bit. You never know what you might want to change. For those people that are worried, by the way, I will make a translation video after this shoot. No, fuck. But what were they? What were his parents? They were military. Oh, so they were soldiers. Grew up as security. That makes sense. If you got a trade fleet, you want security. You want the big tough guys. You want the slender people to swing on the rope, entering ships, firing their pistols, or the mages who provide the most potent of spells to keep the sea at bay and the elementals quiet. How about we roll for that one? Let's take a go. The D4. I don't know. But they were protection. Probably the aunts too. It was a whole big thing. Let's say the aunt in particular manages to hold up because she's a devout cleric. That's a nice way to put it. There we go. Nice little extra detail. I might say this is not important, but it helps shape your character a bit. It helps give the GM something to work with. Like, what's better than walking into town and being like, your aunt grave to foul? If you got a role-playing group. If you don't have a role-playing group, just fucking min-max your character. Don't give a shit. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. I know what we can do. Just to spice things up a bit while I'm gonna ruffle this one off soon. Here we go. Here we go. That's not important. So, I like to use this one a lot. My personal favorite is 46 in order. 46 dot lowest. In order. You get to roll 3 sets. And after those 3 sets, you get to swap one on one of the sets. Whichever set you pick, of course. They all have to have a modifier plus 3 or more, because that's kind of the basic for most systems. Oh, we got just a dreadfully average. That's not interesting. Aw. Now that's a little bit more interesting. Someone who's physically fit, but not that great. Which one would I pick? I kind of like this one. Not too strong, but clearly has a good head on their shoulders and knows how to get out of trouble. I like that one. That's someone who would be in the 7 Seas. Let's fill that one in then. 14. I'll save the... what is it? I'll save the swap for later. We'll do the swap when I have to establish my character, because with that one swap, you can always make sure that your character's got the strength they need to be, the class they want need to be. It gives you enough flexibility without necessarily pinning you down too much. Now, what's the status of my parents? Do I have to worry about their deaths? Okay. One of them is in misfortune. So we can say that the parents had something happen to them. I need to roll misfortune. And it is crippled. That makes sense. Well, if only one of them is crippled, we could just have it that, What would happen to the 7 Seas if the family was secured, maybe they were attacked during the injury, or maybe just, like, by accident, like a cannon exploded? There we go. Now that's some nice stuff you can work with. That's something you can sink your teeth into and take a big old chomp. Do I want siblings? I gotta roll a d6 first. I don't want to roll for siblings, though. It's always such a fucking pain. Oh, cool. I rolled an only child. That's nice. We gotta go on to personal preferences. Now, again, treat them as an suggestion. Feel to twist it up a bit. Military. Oh, that makes sense. We grew up in a military environment, so we dress like it. We look up to our aunt. That's a nice way to put it. Hair. What kind of hair are we going to take? It might not even come up! But it might be nice. Short hair. Well, that makes sense. Nice short hair, nice tight kept. Befitting of the role. You might get something else, like maybe your character wears long hair. Maybe your hair is just bald. Works just as well. Coop. Coop. A mark. Do we have a mark of any sorts? We have a weapon. I love this one. I love this one. I always love giving weapons. Just magic items, give it a little extra touch, a little extra. Mwah, mwah. Just add a little sprinkle of pepper right on top. It gives everything so much more style to it once you do it. Gotta keep that in track. Now, personal treasure. What are we gonna roll for that? We rolled 2. It's a toy. Oh, that makes sense. This has to be decided. To be determined. Now, what would that be? Maybe they did have a sibling. Maybe they had a sibling long ago, and their spirit haunts them. Haunted toy of a sibling lost. There we go. That's a lot of flavor. Maybe it's not even haunted. Now we get to roll the worst part, which is the fates. I like this part, because it gives you a lot to work with. As a GM, this is a favorite, because if people don't like making their own characters, just roll their characters' backstories and work with it. You can have this come up whenever you like. First thing is a 6. We made a friend. Oh, no, wait, 6. That means I rolled 6 times. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. First one I rolled is a 3. That is a windfall. That's not bad. So our first eventful year is a windfall. What kind of windfall did befall us in this great of times? 1. A financial boon. Our first great event is a windfall. What is this one called? General theme, yeah. Oh man, I missed this one. Damn. That's my favorite song. I like this part. I like this part so much. It's such a great song. So, what are we going to roll next? How about we just roll them all in order so we can get that out of the way? I got a 10. That's Cupid strikes. A relationship develops. Oh, that's nice. Nothing quite says nice development like a relationship. Ooh, that's an 11. I get a personal enlightenment. You never know what those are. Could be a skill, could be a feat, could be anything, really. Something they learn, something they know. Made a friend. Well, naturally you're going to make friends at sea. But what drove them to adventuring is another question you got to answer for yourself. Because if they grew up at sea, they naturally got a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, tragedy. Fate has not been kind, I see. And number 3, which is another windfall befalls us. That's a nice mixture of things. We didn't make any enemies along the way. Makes sense. If you're at sea, you don't want to make any enemies. That could get you in deep trouble. You're easily thrown overboard, as they say. So, love strikes. Let's roll. I just have to roll who they are. I love how this crossbow bolt biting. I rolled a heartbreak. Pom pom pom. At a young age. Oh, cool. I can roll to see if I find out. I don't know why. Oh. A young love crushed by a wealthy landman. They hold resentment to all well off on the shores. Ah, that's a nice way to put it. That's a nice, doesn't like land dwellers. I'm gonna save personal alignment for later, because I like saving that. That's a nice physical benefit you can take home. Oh, we have an intelligent creature. But what kind of creature friend have we made? Let's take a long, hard look. How about we roll a d20 and see how powerful this creature is gonna be? That's ooh, that's a 19. So whatever we met is quite powerful. Maybe we met a powerful elder. No, wait. We get to decide their power downstairs. I forgot. That's part of the fucking roll. Dumbass. How much power did... Oh, they're connected to the light, so I get to use my idea. They met a powerful elder water elemental. Mental was touched by their tears. What a lovely story. Great friends. What kind of tragedy befell me? It's a 10. It's an addiction. Even though the friend was strong, the allure was stronger. What a terrible, terrible fate. 1 month. It's lost to what? Gambling. Gambling, of course. Everyone gambles of sea. Much. And now a final boon befalls me. Ooh, someone owes me. Oh, that's a nice one. That's something that can really spice up a game. But who owes me and why? How about we roll on the table for this one? Let's see how much heft this individual holds, or who they are. A old lover. Oh, maybe I found out. An old lover. And how much power and influence does this old lover have? She's a clan. And now we get to roll Personal Enlightenment. My favorite part is the part where your character becomes stronger. Ooh, we get skill learning. Not the most exciting one, but skill learning never hurts. What do we get? What did we learn? We get a wisdom skill new. So I get to pick a wisdom skill of my choosing. Ah, a wisdom skill. So we got that in the back lot. Okay, so this is our character sheet. That looks nice, We got some background to it to take our powers from. But now we gotta decide some classes. I got a plan on how to decide the classes, but first, we're going to decide what race we're gonna be. Roll the dice! A 5. That's low. I've already made a Banshee. So let's take something more exciting. A 34. What is 34 on this long and lengthy list? A Myconid sapling! Now that's an interesting kind of thing to work with. I forgot which book they're from. But I think I've already worked... No, I have not worked out the saplings yet, which are the weaker ones. Ooh, that's a nice one. Let's see. Or we're going for only monsters because of the fucking plant thing, I think. Because I was planning something. So this is going to be a bit stronger. I was planning to go level 6, but since we're monsters, I'm going to tone it down a couple of levels. Because Monsters is usually pretty damn powerful. That means I'm going to have to spend a little bit of time on the thing. So see you in a moment. Because I've got to dig into some books and write this fucking race out. Okay, I finished writing it up. So let's go and input all the things. 26 total means that this is quite a powerful race, so we're going to have to step it down a level or two. But let's otherwise fill it in. We're at plant type. What do we see? This is race in LA. That's level adjustment. Strangely enough, the advanced book doesn't really have level adjustment. Pathfinder seems to be or at least the advanced race seems to be a beginning of let's not even bother with races. And then Starfinder is accumulated to them not giving a shit at all. And not even providing rules for it. But who's ever starts at level 1? Why would you start at level 1? You're so weak and flimsy, and I understand like the thematic point, but level 1 is kind of a risky proposition. It's like one of the reasons I feel that 5e has made characters so very durable is that level 1 you're just so squishy. No way around it. So let's put in our racial benefits. Don't forget, we do get a +1 in any trait we want. We get +2 Constitution, +2 Wisdom. We lose 2 Intelligence. We're sturdy, but we're kind of dim. Actually, I don't want you on top. Thank you. This is the monster manual. I don't need this anymore, but there we go. Boom. We'll use this in a minute. Where'd the other one go? Because, did I close it? No, I didn't close it. Here it is. So let's start writing out some things that are kind of important to write down, which are our racial benefits. So I like to use this sheet as follows. I like to put my class features here. I like to put my regular feats here, and I like to put my racial features here, going from bottom to top. As a plant, we have low light vision. We got some other stuff coming up later. We have immune to mind affecting, poison, poly, sleep, stun. So we're pretty damn durable. That's what 10 race points get you, people. Do not have to sleep, but can. There we go. So we've got some benefits going for us. Makes sense. If you're going to be out at sea, you're naturally going to want to, you're going to want it. We get touch +2 dodge, you see, because these little guys are supposed to be on the run. Or as you can see, I would not miss out by trading my dexterity, depending on what kind of class I'm going to go for, which, again, we're not there yet. Stability is important. Stability gives us, I think, +4 on the ground against bull rushes and tripping. So we're gonna stand our ground, and we get DR5 against slashing, which I was torn between this and going with something like fast heal, but I realized, you know what, DR can be anything you want it to be. It's a mild regenerative ability. You got camouflage in the forest. For stealth in the forest, which makes sense. You're a little mushroom person. You're not going to attract too much attention. Or fertile soil, which if we're going to be a sorcerer might come in useful. +2 chop as fertile sorcerer. Might not need this. We get a 1d3 natural slam, which we'll put in here. Slam. 1d3. There we go. We also get the typical dark vision, 60 feet, and water sense, which is an interesting one. We are, however, vulnerable to fire. That's certainly gonna bite us in the butt at some point. There we go. Finally, we are amphibious because we're plants. We're little mushroom people. We don't care too much about where we are. And tree speech, because we're a mushroom person. Of course, we can talk to trees. That makes sense. So we're kind of versatile. It's kind of a mishmash of things. So whatever you want to do, you're gonna find a nice home for yourself. Anything I need to pull out? No. Okay. We gotta decide where we're gonna be though. Since I think I'm gonna go with level 5, so we're gonna go with 3 feats. I mean, I do like that they polish this up from 3.5. 3.5 is kind of a mess. There's so many exceptions. It really was not given the brushing down it needed. So the way we're going to decide what kind of character I'm going to be is I'm going to open a... where is it? Mess box. Okay. I'm going to make 3 dice. I'm going to make a red one. I'm going to make a blue one. And I'm going to make a green one. And they represent fighter, mage, and the physical fighting, magical ability, and our Rugishness. So we're going to roll those and see what they turn up. We're very, very roguish, with a mild magical tinge, and no fighting. So we're clearly just a merchant. We've got all the stuff, all the makings of a merchant. Let's open up the D&D folder and open up the Pathfinder. No. No. Go away. Shoo. Let's take a look-see. What kind of interesting roguish classes can we find? Well, the Swashbuckler is an obvious choice. Oh, is this an auto-scroll? Determination, what? Huh. But class, don't forget, class is a direction. It's not a hard requirement. Maybe we're more, well, since we have some magic ability, wouldn't we be a little bit more like a bard? We've got some magical energies floating in our veins. We can always go for an archetype that adds some mild magical energies to us. Druid and the Ranger. That might. We are family of like, or a Blood Rager. Maybe all this anguish has made us angry. No, I think that with the water elements, we want to play into that. Like, Hunter sounds great. Like, I love the idea of a Hunter. Maybe mix it up a bit, though. Or Shaman. Witch has got some good stuff, though. Not a bad one for a little Mushroom Man. What would a War Priest be? Oh, damn. No, we're not that kind of stuff. This is a little too fighter-heavy. As is Blood Rager, I think Barbarian's a little too heavy on the... Yeah. Well, that is some weak-ass spellcasting. I think you can get better by just going with Eldritch Rogue. Which is the sad stuff. Nature Training, huh? Let's take a look, see what we're getting here. Hunter spells known. So you actually get some stronger spellcasting. This may be a little too much spellcasting for what I rolled. Could always roll again and see if I like the result more, but I really do like this idea. So the Skald. No. It's gotta be a Barbarian. It's gotta be, like, mostly that direction. Okay, let's just take a peek. Let's take a peek at some of the base classes. See if we can find a fun archetype. Or an archetype that speaks to us. Maybe a monk. Maybe a monk. Maybe after seeing their parents get hurt, they came... Like, that might be something. Like, a water elemental would be kind of monkish, wouldn't they? They would tell them to find your inner self. Use your inner... I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, I like that one a lot. I already like that, and we're not even picking an archetype yet. I love the idea of a little mushroom man who found this powerful waterman was like, I am the great Poseidon, and he's like, oh, you're cool. Monk of the Seven Winds. Let's see if any one of these fits. Ooh, the Four Winds. That fits the ocean and thematic. Maybe the water elemental knows wind spells a lot. He's like, I like winds. I like blowing people. He just blows on people. Goes, oh. No! I blew stuff off my desk. I didn't mean to. Ooh, you get spells. Okay, so I get wisdom. It's not a bad stat to take. Oh my goodness. So I can pick any spell I want, huh? Oh, but it's like a whole different thing. Okay. Oh god, I guess the missing high jump isn't too bad since they are. I don't know. I mean, the idea of a little mushroom man wearing armor is adorable. Ooh, I do like psionics. Psionics is one of the things I really like. I know, I just like the way PowerPoints work and how it always works together. Ooh. I mean, psionics is something that fits water very well. Replace a stunning fist. Oh, wow. Oh, heck. Wow, you just get Concussion Blast and Telekinetic Force? What does it do? I hate this. I hate how often it goes like, I can't find it. It's like, yes, you can! You just did it! So I basically, for free, get to just smack someone across the cheek. Go, ow! Telekinetic Force is... Oh, wow. I don't know, this feels a little too magical for the little guy. Oh, you can't heal yourself, huh? What is wholeness of the body? Oh, heck! Why would... I don't know, I like this a bit more. Elemental Fist, huh? Wait. What? What? He just gets this? That's not a bad one, though. What does it do? Oh, I like this. I like this a lot. Oh, he gets a slow time, depending on the observer. Holy shit. I like this. I like this idea. Like, he's a little slow boy, and he just gets this masterful power from this ancient waterland who's like, hey, boy, I know you got it in you to be a ripe old boxer. How about you go and give it a shot? I like this idea of, like, this little mushroom man who delivers this awesome punch that just smacks you across the cheek. Because that's what happens in Dark Souls. I like this little boy. Let's go for that. We are a monk of the Four Winds. Let's throw that in there. We are a monk of the Four Winds. There we go. Okay, let's take a quick look. We get Elemental Fist at level 1 instead of Stunning Fist. I never cared much for Stunning Fist. Wasn't something that ever spoke to my imagination. So we're going to go level 5. We do... what? Okay, what do we get? Our slam attack is replaced by our ability to just hit things with our fists. So we get Unarmed Strike. Unarmed Striker. Which is melee. It's 1d8, so I'm going to get some strength. I want to shove something in towards strength. 1d8. What is that AC bonus for? I think it's for dodge. Our critical is the usual ×2 on a 20. No range type is can add plus... was it at level 5 we get another? Yeah, so we get an extra... wow. We get an extra 2d6 elemental. So this little mushroom man is just gonna fucking bonk your ass. Ow. Just ow. Oh, he can do it twice. Okay. Let's add that little nook over there. So twice a day, this tiny little mushroom man is just gonna fucking smack your ass. You're gonna get the smackdown. Here we go. This is why Pink Monk is you get all these nasty, nasty things. 3, we get 4, 4, 4. We've got 5 levels. Okay, there we go. Let's fill out the skill sheet real fast so we're done with this. 4, so 4 times 5 is 20. There we go. Here are the stat boons. I like to fill in my stat boons independently. We have a level up. I should not forget that. Okay, let's do charisma. Let's shove charisma over here. Go with a nice 15 here. Go with a 9 here. He's not very charismatic. He doesn't know how to talk. But oh boy, can this little boy just smack you? I just love the idea that he doesn't do the whole monk thing where he uses his elbows and his foots. He just pulls his fist back and just goes, "Puck." It's the only way he knows to fight. Is hitting people really hard. If I just pull my fist back far enough, I can hurt someone. It's not a bad way to think. He can acrobatics, he can climb. Everyone gets craft. Who doesn't get craft? Everyone does. I do like that about Pathfinder. There's a lot more. Hey, here's craft. He gets knowledge, history, and religion. I thought they got Arcana, but I guess not. He doesn't know those things. He doesn't know anything about that. He knows the planes more than anything. So I'm gonna give him planes too. I'm gonna give him some skill points in planes, because he knows a fucking water elemental dude who's all like, "Hey kid, hey boy." I imagine he learned a thing or two from that. Perform. Wait, why perform? Profession. Merchant. He's a merchant on the side. He knows a thing or two about merchantilism. Why would he even perform? He probably performed dance. He danced the dance of life. Like a combat dance. He can ride. I don't know why you'd ever want to give a monk that. I think a monk can run faster than his mount. He gets stealth, and he gets swim. Now, luckily, the defensive training is going to work some miracles here. Since it gives us a little bit more oomph where we otherwise would not have it. Our base speed is 20, however, we get an extra 10 if we're unarmored. We got a whole bunch of stuff coming. Let's write all down real fast. We get 2 bonus feats. Damn. We get Flurry of Blues, which is +3/+3. Oh yeah, I forgot Flurry. Okay. Then we get Elemental Fist twice a day. So let's really think about how this little mushroom man learned it. So how would he learn this? Maybe he went off to a far-off place. Like he went off to who knows? Oh wait, I forgot one more thing. I get a wisdom. Ooh, I forgot I get another wisdom. I could pick a wisdom for survival would be a good one. Isn't that like the only wisdom he doesn't have? Or heal? Would he be a healer? I think he'd be more of that kind of guy, survivalist. He has only 1 intelligence, so he's only going to get like 5 extra skill points from here, 5 extra hit points. We're going to have to roll those d8s, and luckily for us, where's that freaking thing? Heck! Heck in a handbasket. Bronco? Is that his name? Bronco? Brock Jones, there we go. Brock Jones, like, what an amazing dice roll you've made. What an amazing dice roll you've made. So we get to roll 48, because we always had the highest at low level. Median is 18, so I get a 19 plus 8, that's 27. Not the toughest boy on the street with 37 hit points, but he can take it. He can take a punch to the cheek. He'll take it. He has to. Am I going to go for 5 skill points? I'll see. I'll see where this goes. It's kind of weird, because one thing I want to point out is in Starfinder, every class gets 4 at the minimum, but there's no reason, because the class system, the skill system in Starfinder is so much looser, it doesn't really help anyone. What else do we get? After Unarmed Strike, Elemental Fist, we get a bonus feat. Let's write those down. Bonus feat. Let's write that down twice, real fast. No extra bonus feat. Okay, we get Evasion, which is really good. Don't underestimate Evasion. It lets you dodge fireballs. Okay, fast movement. That's its own thing. I get Maneuver Training. I get Still Mind. Oh, damn. I get a Key Pool Magic. I get Slow Fall. That actually makes sense. Slow Fall. Like water. Water doesn't care about falling high distances. I like to imagine that the little boy, like the giant water elemental, is be like water and splash on ground. And whenever he falls, he just goes limp and goes blip, and he doesn't care. I love this little boy already. You see how much fun you can have when you just think a little bit about your character. Purity of body. Okay. Now I've got to figure out what all these things even do. Unchained Monk. Are you looking for Unchained Monk? Doesn't Unchained Monk, isn't that like a buffed version of this? Oh heck, I'm gonna take this one. Oh no, his saves have actually changed for the worse. That's interesting. I don't like this one. It's a little too... Monk's not proficient in any armor. Yeah, he doesn't want to do that because he loses a bunch of stuff. What kind of weapon would he use? I didn't know they were proficient with this. Temple Sword. I've never heard of that one. What would he use? He's a little tiny boy. He doesn't need weapons. He only needs himself. I believe in my little boy. Oh god. I might want to take out something else. Look at my video pictures. Wee. I have this terrible compilation of items. Don't judge me. Of just about every single weapon I could find in 3.5 in most of the main books. Don't judge. Don't judge. I won't judge you. What do we find? An interesting weapon for monks. Oh, the Necrodesk, cool. The Necrodesk fucking awesome because it's a climb weapon. It can't be disarmed. But would it be something the little boy would use? Because that's the main question. Is it something this tiny little mushroom man would use? He's a tiny mushroom man. He deserves it. Ooh, the Ward Cestus wouldn't be bad. Oh, it's only a total defense. And no one ever does that. No one fucking does that. The cutting wheel. A Gavlan wheel is a Gavlan deal. Would have been better if we spoke like that. Would have been better. Nope. Oh, they want that. Where's the spinning sword? Isn't that like this section? Sword spinning. Oh no, it's medium. Okay, sword spinning. Yay, I love the spinning sword. Because it's a reach weapon and I love reach weapons. It's a weapon that's basically a whip, but it's a sword. Don't ask me. I don't know the answer to that question. Anything that really tickles my fancy. I want to do this one though. I really love the Kawanga. It's just a funny name to say. I mean, it's my Kawanga. Oh, actually, it's Kavanaga. But screw me! Ooh, butterfly sword. Just to give him a sword, butterfly sword. I think on the side. It's just he says something on the side, you know, or maybe I just like the butterfly sword because it does respectable amount of damage and it's nice critical, so you can pull out for a quick stabby, and stab ya. I'm a little mushroom man. I got a knife. I'm gonna stab you. Can you imagine this tiny mushroom man with one of his fists is glowing in this elemental, just crackling with electric powers, and on the hand he holds this tiny little fucking knife, and he's running at you? I think at that point, you know you're fucked, regardless of the circumstances. But what would he do outside of combat? Because always remember, there's always the outside of combat. What would he be? He's not very charismatic, but he's wise, and he's not too dumb. Like, he can clearly do something out of combat. Maybe he's just the guy that gets shit done. Like, he just sort of walks up to someone, and he looks him straight in the eye, and he goes, 250? 350? No. He'd probably be like the stealth guy. The guy who checks around the corners and makes sure everything's okay. What kind of alignment would he be? I mean, he's part of a caravan, so probably he's like lawful neutral. Like, hey, money's money. It's all about the money, money, money. It's all about the money, money, money. You know, that kind of stuff. Let's take a look. See, what kind of gender? Well, neuter. He doesn't have any gender. He's a fucking little mushroom man. Little mushroom man. What? He's a little mushroom man. He doesn't care. He's just a little mushroom. Let's make him 14, 13, whatever. He's a little mushroom. He doesn't give a shit. He's neutral, lawful. Lawful, neutral. He cares about society. He'll always go to the rules, because the rules helped him. The rules got him through those tough times. This is on saying, my boy. My boy. He was like, oh man, I'm called my boy. How tall is he? He'd probably be like 4'3" inches. How much would he? He's a very stout boy. 200 fucking pounds of raw mushroom boy. Coming right at you. Gonna punch you. Right in the kisser. Though he's tiny. He's got, what kind of cap would you have? He'd probably have a blue cap. A nice change of pace. A nice blue cap. Yeah, his eyes are probably like very teeny slits. And they're black. They're horrible pits of evil. His skin is a nice pale beige. Nice very friendly boy. You'd look at this boy and you'd go, what a friendly boy. What powerful hugs he gives as he smashes me in half. What a lovely little boy. Maybe he doesn't have a name. Maybe he doesn't care about names. I mean, not everything has names. Not every species cares about that kind of stuff. He speaks common and he's xenophobic, so doesn't get many languages. So he gets mushroom, which is myconid. So he gets to speak his native tongue and he knows common, because he's a trader. He's like, hey, speak common. If you don't, you can go and jump off a cliff to all I care. Bye. He falls off the cliff himself in the process. Great. Let's look onward a bit. I'd probably be the guy who talks to merchants, because he knows merchants. Marks up for okay, so we are taking care of this. AC bonus. But what? Is it just armor bonus? Is it dodge bonus? Okay, so it's just fucking random ass bonus. He gets a random, just I don't know where he gets an AC bonus. Oh, he's already at 17 and 16. That's not much. Although level 6, he's got a lot. Like, touch AC is high, his flat foot is not. Because he is unarmored. He's just a little boy. He's a little boy. Leave him be. Do not strike this small boy. Does it? No, this didn't change the... Blit. Okay, flurry of blows. Okay, further attacks. Okay. Okay. So it's -2, but his BAB is his level. That's why it's -3. That's awesome. Oh. Oh, what? Oh, boy. Oh, that gross. Jesus Christ. What is going on here? So this little boy at level 20 is just gonna beat you. And at 5 of those, he can put in some heavy elemental energy too. Although he probably will do for the first one. Like, open strong and then just hit him with 2d10. For like, what, how many is this? Like 7? Ooh, that's 14d10. That's as powerful as a small spaceship gun. Unarmed strike, yeah. Oh wait, he's a small monk. I forgot. He's a little boy. He's not big enough. He gets 1d6. Ba 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 ba. That's where the elemental fist comes in useful. It adds a little extra power to, a little extra punch. You can choose. Yeah, I like this part. You can just do it. Just do it. Do it, little boy. Okay. What can we get? Oh, dodge. Dodge is not bad. Like he's swift. He's swift. He's smooth. He's slick. He's dibbing. He's dabbing. So let's give him dodge as a bonus feat. Because he already gets, like, a bunch dodge. So he gets plus 1 dodge. So he now has 3 dodge. 18 AC. Good luck hitting this tiny boy. Like a wizard is like, I'll cast a spell. They can't avoid spells, and the little guy's like, matrix dodge. And then in the surprise round, this fucker was like, I can't shoot anything, and he just plinks his little arrow, and the boy's like, ah, my eye! How did I not see this coming? I'm a monk, for fuck's sake. He's such a little boy. Throw anything. Would that make sense? Catch off guard, combat reflexes. Let's take a look. Oh, that's a good. Oh, that's a good one. He's like, hey, you're not going anywhere, boy. You're not going anywhere, boy. This one's great for alchemists, but they get it by default. Doesn't make any sense. I don't think he's going to do that. Which reminds me, are there any ranged monk weapons I need to know about? Maybe I'll just take a proficiency. Like, that'd be awesome. Yeah, oh man. Oh, I just love the idea of like a gauntlet. Like he's just wearing gauntlets and what. It's like, you don't need gauntlets. Like, I want to use gauntlets. Also, the shop punk orc is like, I think, one of the few weapons of medium that does multiple die damage. Oh, the throwing iron is a weird one. Special ammunition. I think I'm just going to pick something straightforward, like something you would use. Spinning. So, A&E is, I think, armor and equipment or something. Full of mostly garbage things. Like, sure, there's something fun like this, but for the most part, it's kind of trash. Actually, a repeating light crossbow wouldn't be a bad one. Give me a little bit of range, a little bit of power. Nothing too bad. First I want to put... Okay, let's just put these in. Repeating light crossbow. Although I could go at this level, could go with a quick loading one. Not worry about that. Which would be a 1d6 plus nothing. That's 1920 times 2. The range is 80 feet. Type is piercing. Weight is, since it's light, it's actually only 3. And that's plus a bunch in range for equipment. Take a look. What kind of butterfly sword am I going to give him? I went back to look at that Jared video where he plays the fucking game. He's like, man, I died. Well, of course you died, you little dipshit. You're playing a fucking game that's meant to be played with a whole bunch of people. Butterfly sword, which is melee. It's 1d4. It's not much. It's 19 to 20, so it's got a good on that one. Can't be thrown though. Though the cutting wheel can be. That's a lot to ask. Oh, nah. I say if they're monk weapons, they can use them. It's kind of doofy if they couldn't. Or the monk's cane. Actually, it makes sense. He's a little boy. Of course you know how to use a monk's cane. Let's go with that one. Which will be bludgeoning. I think I'm going to go for versatile unarmed strike. I really like that one. Unarmed strike. Is that one in this one? And I might go for another one. Okay, they're not here. I have to go to D&D tools for this one. I always forget which one this is. Go to feats. Unarmed. Remember to ask your DM about this. You can't just do this off the cuff. So there's superior unarmed strike, and then there's versatile unarmed strike, and these are awesome. So essentially, you get... I think this one actually gives you a bonus to your unarmed strike. But here, it lets you pick. And I think it makes sense. Like, he's a little boy, he's got some flexibility to him. Although, if he's going to use a knife, monk's cane... Man, I just love the idea of that. 4 levels higher. What would he get for 4 levels higher? Let's go with combat reflexes. It's nice. Let's take a quick think. So we got this little boy who's running around. And he knows how to use so we're gonna put that crossbow proficiency. Write that down. So that's the first thing he learned. Is he learned how to use this weird exotic weapon that he found on the weapons hall. He's like, what is this weapon? This tool? How do I use it? It was taught by someone, and he spent his whole life learning about it. One of his first adventures, he got to use the thing and go pew, pew. He was like, man, I'm so great. Yeah! He felt good about himself. It wasn't what he was trying to do. Like, maybe he wasn't even a monk then. Maybe he was just kind of improvising everything together and it just kind of came together at some point. That's a nice way to put it. Looking for Unchained Monk? Why would Monk get a weak will save? That's a weird part that gets me. Why Short Sword? That's a very unusual to put that in there as well. I guess they want to get rid of things like Butterfly Knife and just sort of streamline everything. So if you get 4 more levels, he'd... Oh yeah, it always gets you up to the next rank. So he'd go up to 1d8. Do I care much about that? I mean, 1d8's not that much, especially since he already has that big punch. Big beef. Oh, I guess the Monk's Cane... Oh, the Monk's Cane's just the thing he has on the side, then. Let's not worry about the finances too much right now. Stunning Fist is replaced. Oh, wow. Stunning Fist is a lot better than I remember it. Second Evasion. Okay, yeah, I know that one. It's just your reflex saving throws always work. 100%. He gets a bunch of speed, so it's pretty fast. For his size, at least, he gets movers. Okay, so he gets his combat maneuvers. He gets his full bonus, which I think just means he gets +2 on these. There we go. So he can pull them off remarkably well, which is strange. He gets a +2 against enchantments and spells, +2 against enchantment spells. His key pool is half as monk level as will modifier. His will modifier is 3, and his half is 5 key. 5 key. He can use his weapons as magic. Already has the elemental punch, so that's not a major benefit. By spending 1, he can do the following: a whole bunch of shit. Damn. So he is either impossible to hit, hits another time, and just makes your day very sad, or he just goes super fast. Damn. Okay, yeah, that's the wall thing's always neat. They can make a vertical jumps. Oh yeah, I forgot. He just jumps. He just goes vroom. Oh, he's immune to... So he's basically immune to everything that's gonna ever hurt his body, because he's already a plant. Wow, this little boy does not care. I guess that makes sense. I mean, if he goes out in the seas and he's been going through, like, he doesn't trust the land people because they're dicks, and this water guy's like, hey, I'm gonna teach you some cool tricks, little boy. Naturally, he'd be like, I don't like the people. The people on the land are good for their money, but that's all they're good for. So let's divvy up some skills. Let's get some things going here. Let's have some nice acrobatics. He can jump the jump. He knows how to jump. He's not much of an escape artist. He's too slow. He doesn't care. He's like, I don't care. We got 25 points to spend. I still have some flexibility there. I'm gonna give him some dance. He knows a little bit how to dance. Just a little bit. He picked it up one day. He was like, hey, I want to learn about this. I'll give him some points in planes because he talked to the elemental for a while. We'll probably all saw him some of the basics because might as well exhaust those. He's not intimidating. He's a very, very meek boy. He doesn't want to threaten people. He doesn't make people feel uncomfortable. Of course he knows how to swim. He fucking works at sea. He knows a little bit about survival. Stealth? No, he's not that stealthy. But he's good at sensing motive. It's his job. And he's a decent merchant. He knows his mercantile stuff. Look at that. Look at that. Now I got a nice little spreadsheet of character traits. Anything else you would know? Linguistics makes sense. Heal, I know animal, fly, disguise, disable device. I think I'm okay with this. Maybe get some extra skill points. Like, I always say favorite class. Don't worry about favorite class. Just say you get extra points you can spend whatever way you want. Why make it difficult? Okay, so I got 3 more skill points. Actually, I need to put this here and then put this here. What we're gonna put them? Oh, the diplomacy was a craft. I want to put it in craft, and I'll put 2 in this. So he knows a little bit. Trained always gives you benefits. You generally don't see coming. So now we got a relatively decent boy. He's got a backstory. What is his motivation for adventuring, though? Probably that his aunt kinda didn't work out. Didn't work out as well as he hoped. So he was kind of like, oh man, I'm bumped. Just fell over backwards. Was like, I'm out of here, and just rolled off the scene. Just, vroom! He was gone, and no one ever saw the boy ever again. I need to look up carrying capacity. Always gotta look up carrying capacity, because I'm gonna give him a little something that lets him go 8 higher, which would make him from 16, I think. 16 to 24. Bring him up to 700. So this boy can lift. He can lift. I forgot what it's called, but I think it was the shoulders. Man, he can lift a car. This tiny little mushroom boy just lifts a fucking car. I think I'm done for now. This has been an hour. If you want me to do more of this, I can keep going. We can talk more about this. I hope this has given you insight into my processes. I was trying to think ahead of like what this character would do. And I always make them combat strong. I think I should just one time make a character that's not combat strong. We should do that next time. Maybe if people like this and they're like, hey, this is nice. Maybe next time we'll make someone who's a psionic, who's like out of combat, or like a witch, or someone who just doesn't do fighting. I want to make a psionic. I want to make a psionic. That's all I want to say. A dread. Oh, I love that idea. A dread who lives out in the middle of nowhere, and he's just spent most of his life just fucking spooking people. Like his whole point is intimidate. There's a nice. Maybe next time if people want to hear about that. Bye.